say that God, hey sis, I see you got your fringes on. I see you got your fringes on.
I don't like talking to a woman, but you've been talking to my grandchildren.
No, I can talk to you, sis.
Kids.
No, come here.
Kids. For one, you're not an Israelite. Show me in the Word.
Okay,
through the precept. Through Isaiah 28.
With the precept.
With a precept. Where you come from.
Hey,
you
sis.
are not even an Israelite.
Sis, how you doing? What's your name? Excuse me? Yes, ma'am. I was talking to your children. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. And I understand that. Ma'am. We talking to me right now. Wait. That's what the Bible says. That's what the Bible says. Give me that. Let's see what the Bible says. Let's see what the Bible says. No, sis, we always wear dress. All women always dress modest. All women always dress modest, sis. That has nothing to do with God's law. That has nothing to do with God's law. Give me that in Exodus.
You see why the Most High smote the daughters of Zion with the curse, the crowns of their heads. This old bitch, she look like she's leaning over, she got gout, all types of health issues, and she's out there contending with these guys, man. But I want to say shalom. First thing and foremost, I'm going to give all praises and glory and honor that's due to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Rakakwadash. I'd like to give double honors to the apostles and elders of the great millstone. Blessings and salutations to the hopeful elect. Noise in the gospel, brother, lifting up the standard of Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, wherever they may be. This is just a quick lesson through the spirit. Actually, Apostle Tahar, he went into this a little bit. Titled, what would the men of the great millstone do in this situation? Because this shit could have went left real fast. And because they hopped out the car, I'm assuming that these brothers said something about that young lady, about this chick right here with the green shorts on or with the white shirt, about her figure or something like that, from what this big wildebeest to the right was speaking about, her out of order ass, all of them out of order. And they basically commented on our shape. But they had every right to say something, because for the simple fact the little hoe should be covered up. You know, that's the fucking thing about our people. See, our people like to do wickedness, but when you call them out on their bullshit, then, you know, they want to get combative, they want to fight you. And this old hag right here with the fringes on, she brought a hammer up to the camp, all right? Ready to clock somebody upside the head. But this is what happens when you deal with our rebellious people. Our people are rebellious as hell, man. And what will we do in this situation? Well, I'm going to be honest with you. Well, what we would do now, we will follow the scriptures, Matthew 10. Back in the day, we was a little wild. I mean, you know, KC camp. I used to run a wild group of brothers, man. You know, we was about that life. Anybody that watched the old videos of, you know, us out there, and you know, at times when we get into confrontations, man, we was wild, man. You know, even the apostles, they admitted they was wild, but we was wild, you know. But nonetheless, we still edified, and you know, we still did the work. But when it came down to the nitty gritty, hey, we was gonna get with you, you know, because we followed that scripture in Ezekiel when the Most High said, "Be not afraid, be not dismayed at their faces, though they be a rebellious house. And I've made thy face strong against thy face, and thy head stronger than flint." So, hey, you know, we invited confrontation like this because, you know, we wanted to cut them up with the scriptures and edify the hopeful elect, you know. But now you got to move a little wiser, you know, because the younger me, I would have cussed all these. We probably would have got us some shit if this was me probably 8 years ago, 9 years ago, 7 years ago. You know, but you grow, man. You get older, you get wiser, you get smarter. You're not as impulsive. You know, because honestly this week we would have cursed their ass out, which they need to be cursed out and rebuked and put curses on. Like the scriptures say, hey, mark them that cause division, or what's another precept? Scriptures say, anybody that come with another gospel or another doctrine, let them be accursed. Put curses on them, okay? But honestly speaking, in this situation, because it could have went left real quick, me personally, I would have followed Matthew's 10th chapter, and also Titus the 3rd chapter, which I'm going to get both those precepts, and we're going to go into them a little bit. to show you how, in situations like this, how shit can go left quick. Because when you're dealing with women and you're shouting back and forth, for one thing, that's going to attract a lot of attention. That's going to draw in unwanted crowds. And we know Jake, they like to be entertained. Jake is a bunch of instigators, you know, and Jake is looking for altercation all the time because they ain't got shit else better to do with their lives but to, you know, just cause a problem. So the fact that you got 2 or 3 women up here plus this old fucking loaf of bread with these fringes on, you already know people are gonna come up and they're gonna look out and they're gonna side with the women. So you got to be wise, man, because there's no point of the whole camp getting into an altercation, possibly catching charges or getting locked up or getting shot at or getting hurt based on the negligence of other people. Yeah, it sucks because we should be able to put this and rectify this in order quick. You know, in the ancient world, they would have been stoned. They would have been fucked up on sight. You know, but right now we got to move a little wiser because, shit, we in a wicked kingdom that perpetuates violence. All right? But these IUIC guys, man, see, their problem is they want to call everybody brothers and sisters. Everybody ain't your brother in this thing, man. Okay? Just because a nigga got friends on, that don't mean you're fucking brother, man. All right? Like this out of order. All these bitches are out of order, including the one in the fucking middle. Okay? Showing her shape, her body, and got the nerve to be proud and haughty and acting stuck up. Where your fucking clothes at, man? You should be clothed up. You know? Because if somebody grab her ass up and violate her, then these hoes right here, they gonna feel some type of way and they gonna get Esau involved. Alright? So let's see how graphic it got. I don't want to play their videos too much because I know these guys are real finicky. They do anything to try to, you know, hem us up. But nonetheless, man, we're actually in your defense on this one. But we tell you what we would have done. All right, so I'm gonna play a little bit, about a minute of this, and then we're gonna go into the precepts. Here we go. And watch this video get a lot of views, because one thing I notice about you Jakes out there in YouTube land, you niggas are for the next big fucking controversy. You know, you don't watch the videos that you can actually learn something from. You like videos like this when you see people screaming and shouting and fights and pistols being pulled. That's the type of videos that you Jakes like. And if you in that spirit, hey, just get the fuck away from us. Straight up, man, because hey, the Lord ain't dealing with that cherry picking, sidelining sometime and all. I want to look at the videos for only entertainment purposes at times, which is nothing wrong with, you know, liking the videos and being entertained by it. But if you only looking for that particular reason and you're not trying to grab the edification out of what's being said, then you're in the wrong spirit, man. And I'll leave it at that. But here we go.
We hate you, sister. We love you as a nation. We love you. We love you. We love you. We love you as a city. The same way I got the same love for you, I have the same.
And I'll say this, Salakia, that chick in the pink is that bold because she got them niggas with her, man. You know, but the black woman, she's a fucking beast anyway. She don't give. They could just be her and she'll talk crazy to a group of men. You're ready to get beat up, you know, and she'll still talk crazy.
For your daughters, because why? If somebody oppressing your daughters, we're gonna stand up for them. Read it again. The book of Leviticus, chapter 19 and verse 17. Thou shalt not hate thy brother in thine heart. Thou shalt in any wise rebuke thy neighbor. God said we should rebuke our neighbor. We mean correct our neighbor's ways. And not suffer sin upon him. Do what? Suffer sin upon him. What is sin according to the Bible? What is sin according to the Bible? Now get it. Let's get it. Let's get the precept. Let's get the precept. Let's get the precept. This is the book of First John. This is what,
you know, my sister. See that? He's bold.
I was talking to your son. I said, no, sis, I'm not playing. Sis, calm down. We're not playing.
See, and that behavior right there, that pisses me off. That was, like I said, if that was me in my camp, probably years ago, she probably would have been. I probably would have knocked her out. Just honestly speaking, I probably would have choked her or chokeslammed her, because I don't allow no woman, let alone no man, to come that close to my face. It's not gonna happen. You know what I'm saying? That's just too close and personal. The fact we're dialecting over your slut ass daughter and you ain't got to put your hand in my face, especially when we're bringing out the precepts. Now I get it, you know, you gotta let things roll off, so to speak. But if this was us years ago, that would have been handled, or it would have been some shit out there, man. But hey, as we get older, you be more wiser and smarter. Okay, so let's play a little bit more.
You're not my sister? You're not my sister now? You're not my sister now? Sis, you're not my sister now? I know. You not my sister now, sis?
You got this chimpanzee in the black. I wish a nigga would tell my mama. I wish he would do something. Man, there's 4 guys, 5 guys out there. 4 guys. Any one of them could put her down. Them 4 brothers out there would lay that whole crowd out. They was actually in a warrior type spirit. But we're not saying do that. Okay? We're not saying do that. There's a time and place for everything, man. All right? So let's get a couple of precepts. I don't want to harp on this too much longer. I'm going to come back to this Titus 3. Let me get this in the book of Ecclesiastes real quick. Ecclesiastes 3. And I'm going to start at verses 1. It says, to everything there's a season and there's a time to every purpose under heaven. So there's a time and place for everything. Okay? In that case, if it would have got rowdy, or they could have just packed up and went to another corner. But see, prides and egos get involved. Well, it's awkward. We've been here first. We could have just left, and then they would have left. Y'all could have came back to de-escalate the situation. All right? It says a time to be born, a time to die, a time to plant, and a time to pluck up, which is planted, a time to kill, and a time to heal, and a time to break down, and a time to build up. We're in a time of building up now, building up the hopeful elect. So this is the reason why we do these things for the hopeful elect, because we're not out there on our own accord, not only for ourselves, but for the people that may have a genuine interest, that may wake up and be edified by our content. All right? It says a time to weep and a time to laugh, a time to mourn and a time to dance. Okay? A time to cast away stones and a time to gather stones together, and a time to embrace and a time to refrain from embracing. They should have refrained from embracing them, because by them embracing them, they became more abrasive on the other side. Okay, they became more abrupt. You know, they became more aggravated, etc. So those brothers, man, they probably should have walked down the street or set up camp somewhere else and continue to teach the word. But, you know, as I say, you know, you grow and you learn. And that video was about 2 years ago. So, you know, hopefully they learned the lesson by now. But, you know, who knows? But it says a time to get and a time to lose, a time to keep and a time to cast away, and a time to rend and a time to sow, and a time to keep silence and a time to speak. Okay? And that's the point, man. You know, they was in the time of them people, they wasn't silent at all. You know, they were supposed to sit there and listen to the word, but that wasn't the point. Jake wasn't trying to hear that. They was more in the emotional standpoint of whatever they said to that young lady out there that was showing her figure. Which any man would look at something like that because she's showing her shape. Okay, that's how men are wired. Men are visual creatures. So, you know, men, you know, it's not fair to men that they get jumped on because of, you know, she decides to expose herself. Okay, and it causes the men to go out because what if she's married? Then we just committed adultery, man. That's why we got to get up out of here. All right. And it says here, a time to love and a time to hate, and a time of war and a time of peace, man. Okay. And we're getting in the time of war, but we're in the time of war, technically honest. We're actually in the time of war, but when it comes to the word, we got to be as harmless as doves and wise as serpents. All right. So let's go from here to the book of Titus 3, and I'm gonna start at verses. Let's start at verses 9. All right, 9 and matter of fact, let's start at 9 and damn, I just lost my precept. Fuck. Titus 3, and I'm gonna start at verses 8. It says, "But avoid foolish questions and genealogies and contentions." Okay, look up the word contention. Let's look up this word contentions real quick. And it goes into contention, strife, and wrangling. Okay, and that's what that is. That is a contentious dialect. Now, the scriptures say honestly contend for the faith. Okay, you're supposed to contend and defend it. And we've had, I won't say abrasive dialects with people, but we've had exciting dialects with people that didn't get to attendance, but we was passionate and we was in the spirit. And the other party, they picked up on it. They didn't find it offensive. The other people, on the other hand, they're offended at what these guys are saying. All right, and we're gonna look up contention and get the definition of it. It says a disagreement or argument. Okay, it says a disagreement or argument, disputation, variance, discord, hostility. The other party is showing hostility towards those Israelite brothers out there, towards the IUIC. I say it that way. Friction, acrimony, enemy, strife, dissension, disharmony, quarreling, feuding, and agreement. Okay, so that's a contentious agreement, or a contentious dialect, Salakia. So this is what happened. It says, but avoid foolish questions, because she said go into Isaiah 28 and prove your Israelites. Well, I guess she meant Deuteronomy 28. All right, because I mean Isaiah 28 it don't really goes into proving that we're the people of the book, but it's good precepts when it says precept upon precept, line upon line. But I think she was referring to Deuteronomy, the 28th chapter. It says, in genealogies and contentions, striving about the law, for they are unprofitable and vain, right? Because pride gets thrown in there, then, you know, the temper spark, and then before you know it, somebody gets disheartened, and then all of a sudden blows get thrown and somebody gets shot, and it just can go left real quick. All right. And it says here, a man that is a heretic after the first and second admonishment reject. Okay, knowing that he is such a subverted and sinned, being condemned of himself. So that's the whole point. You made 2 points, you brought out 2 or 3 scripts, man, backing up the point. Hey, be done with it. Sit them down the street, or y'all leave, man, because either way it goes, somebody's gonna leave. You know, leave and come back. Don't make you a pussy, don't make you a bitch, don't make you a hoe, don't make you none of that. You're just trying to live to preach another day or teach another day. That's it. Because we're not doubting that y'all could have put those women down. They're women. I mean, come on, they're beatable. But, you know, like I said, then that's a whole shitstorm of trouble you guys gonna have to get into. Because after you would have knocked them out, then them niggas, they ain't gonna go off logic and reason. They're gonna go off emotion and the reason why you hit a woman. You can't be hitting a woman. The fact that she came and assaulted this man, putting her hand in his face, that's assault right there. You think that a man would be man enough to say, look, baby, get the fuck, you gotta get out these men's face. Because it's a law that tells you that if you striving with a man and your woman jumps in, you got a right to cut her hand off, man. You know, now this day you fighting, you could be winning, and your chick could still jump in and kick the nigga in the mouth, man. You know, like I remember, you know, I was dealing with my wife, you know, at the time, man, my woman at the time, man. Shit, I don't know what the fuck we are now, man. But like I said, my woman at the time, I remember we was talking. And I remember we was at a restaurant, man, and we got in. She said something to because some Edomite bitch was looking at me kind of crazy. And, you know, my demon jumped in and said something. I'm like, you got to chill. Because I'm like, you going to cause our dude to get knocked out. Because the fact that you say something to her, he going to say something to you. You going to drag me in it. And I'm going to have to beat up both of them. And then you jump in. Then I'm going to have to kick your ass. She's like, I ain't gonna let nobody do nothing to you. I'm like, I get that, but it ain't that deep. Like, if one of them jumps stupid, I'll handle it. You know what I'm saying? But you know, the woman, she be quick to throw punches, man. You know, they on that Bunny and Clyde shit. I'm my ride or die. Well, shit, ride but don't die. Alright? Ride for me by being submissive and keeping your mouth shut and respectable. Ride that way. You know? But, you know, each to his own. But it says here, fitted or able to take or choose a thing. Schismatic, okay, you have a schism in the body. That's like equivalent to a cancer in the body. You have schisms, divisions, you have issues. It says factious, a follower of false doctrine, a heretic, man. And those people are a bunch of damn heretics. All right, let's look up the word heretic. It says dissident. All right, a dissident, dissenter, nonconformist, unorthodox, heterodox, thinker, apostate. Okay, schismatic, a renegade, basically a rebellious individual. And the fact y'all were bringing out precepts to try to show them why you were saying what you were saying, they ain't trying to hear that, man. They ain't trying to hear what y'all got to say. Okay, it says a person believing or practicing religious heresy. He or she's with fringes, but y'all ain't the Israelites, prove it. You know, shit like that. You just gotta shake. You gotta hold your peace, man. You know. But it says reject. So you were supposed to reject them. Don't, oh brother, we understand, sister. Man, fuck all that, man. Curse their ass out and get down the street, or have them go down the street and be done with it. Like I said, if this was the GMS Kansas City for some years back in the day, that shit probably would have went left real quick. You know, but then again, we just wasn't stupid idiots out there. You know, we was boldness within our right. We were bold because we knew through the spirit we would have prevailed. But at the same time, you know, other men may not have seen it that way. You know, but this is Matthew's the 10th chapter, and I'm gonna start at verses. Let's start at verses 11. It says, "In whatsoever city or town ye should enter, inquire who in it is worthy." Okay, them people ain't worthy, man. Because didn't the scripture say, "Cast ye not your pearls before the swine"? Because if you do, they would turn and rend you. They'll trample everything what you say, man, and they'll come against you. If they had stones, they would have threw stones at you. You see, she had a fucking hammer. Who in it is worthy, and there abide till ye go thence. Okay, and it says that when ye come into a house, salute it. And if the house be worthy, let your peace come upon it. But if it be not worthy, let your peace return unto you. And whosoever should not receive you, nor hear your words, when you depart out of that house or city, shake off the dust of your feet. Verily I say unto you, it should be more tolerable for the land of Sodom and Gomorrah in the day of judgment than for that city. So, hey, shake the dust off. Like, you know what? Y'all got it. We gonna live the prophesied and teach another day. Put curses on the motherfuckers and be done with it. Because the Lord just said it here in verse 15 that it should be more tolerable for Sodom and Gomorrah. And we know the fate of that city, of those 5 neighboring cities, due to the wickedness. So how much more these wicked ass people in America, man? All right. And look what Yahushua says, behold, I send you forth as sheep in the midst of the wolves. Therefore be ye wise as serpents and harmless as doves. Yeah, they kicked it off with y'all. They was totally disrespectful and they needed to be cursed out. But at the same time, hey, you a sheep, man. These are wolves. This is not your kingdom. You go left real quick because it says, but beware of men, for they would deliver you up to the councils and they would scourge you in their synagogues. You should be brought before governors and rulers for my kings for my sake, for a testimony against them and the Gentiles, man. So, hey, like I said, if you would have went with them and it would have got turned left, she would have swung the hammer somehow, some way, you Jakes would have been in trouble, man. You know, because sometimes Esau sends people up to camps in order to get a rise out of us, in order for us to react and retaliate on it. So you got to be smarter than that, man. All right. But anyway, I'm going to give all praises and glory and honor that's due to Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahweh Shai. And with that, Shalom and a Ball. Shalom.